More rockets and airstrikes in the Middle East as tension increases between Israel and Gaza. A deadly hit and run in Brooklyn this morning. Police are asking for help finding the vehicle. The Bug Chef serves up some Thanksgiving treats. We are talking cockroaches and caterpillars. 10-10 winds, AccuWeather forecast. A mix of clouds and sun, high 54 this afternoon. Tonight mostly clear, a low of 40.
This is Spencer Ross. Rutgers holds on to that 7-0 lead over Cincinnati midway through the fourth quarter in Cincinnati. Number 1 Kansas State at Baylor tonight. Oregon, the second-ranked team in the nation, at Stanford.
Winds News Time, 2:41. Time for traffic and transit on the ones. And here's Bernie Wagenblast.
In Queens on the LIE Service Road eastbound, watch for a crash being cleared at the Grand Central Parkway. There are delays as you get to that spot. We've also got some extra delays in the Bronx on the New England Thruway northbound with a crash approaching Gun Hill Road. This report is being sponsored by Trustco Bank. Now, if you're going to be traveling in Brooklyn, the Gowanus BQE combination is the one you want to avoid on the inbound side. Bumper-to-bumper delays as we watch on the jam cam, starting at the Belt Merge and continuing on up toward Cadman Plaza. Over on the New Jersey Turnpike's eastern spur southbound, keep an eye open for right lane construction near interchange 15W in Kearney. The good news is that should be cleared up in the next 20 minutes or so. And here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Right now on the 10-10 winds jam cam, it is bumper to bumper on the Brooklyn Bridge as you leave Brooklyn. Other lower East River crossings in pretty good shape, but do remember at the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel, all lanes closed in both directions. They are scheduled to reopen Monday morning at 6. However, no trucks will be allowed. Free interest-bearing checking accounts, free debit cards, and completely free use of over 43,000 ATMs worldwide, plus free rewards, which earns you cash back. Move your money to Trustco Bank, your hometown bank. Trustco, member FDIC, equal housing lender. I'm Bernie Wagenblast. Our next report at 2:51 on 10-10 Winds.
Winds News Time, 2:42. Cops say a killer they've been looking for has struck again in Brooklyn. The murder of a store owner in Flatbush last night, they say, is related to at least 2 other murders that had an eerie similarity.
The other shopkeepers on Flatbush Avenue knew him as Rahim. He was shot and killed behind the counter at the Shishi Boutique on Flatbush Avenue. The police say Vahidapur Rumatala was shot with a .22 caliber gun. The shell casings matched the casings found at 2 other Brooklyn murders over the summer. One in Bay Ridge in July, another in Bensonhurst in August. There's a $22,000 reward for information about the killer. Rufus Johnson runs a shop a few doors down on Flatbush Avenue. He can't understand why it happened.
The business wasn't good. He's old, tired, you know. Some days he open, some days he don't open. It's shocking.
The case has been dubbed the numbers murders by the media because the number 8 appears in all 3 addresses. Carol Diori at 10-10 Winds in Flatbush.
Winds News Time, 2:43. More air raid sirens in Israel today as the country's rocket defense system knocked out incoming rockets from Gaza militants. We get the latest from correspondent Mark Levy.
Israel's intensifying its air war over Gaza, hitting suspected militant locations and warehouses and also government buildings. The Palestinians are firing hundreds of rockets at Israel, and Egypt is trying behind the scenes to put a stop to this.
There have been nearly 200 airstrikes in Gaza, including one that took out the Prime Minister's headquarters. Hamas rockets have been launched into Tel Aviv for the 3rd day. Today, the White House reiterated its position that Israel has the right to defend itself against it. Winds News Time, 2:44.
Some of us like a morning shower, and others an evening one. Some enjoy the morning paper, others just tucked away. That's why Emirates announced the non-stop A380 flight from JFK to Dubai starting January 1st. It's flexible travel for morning people, evening people, and everyone in between. Enjoy shower spas, onboard lounges, and first-class private suites on every flight from JFK. Learn more at emirates.com/USA. Fly Emirates. Hello, tomorrow. Annie's back, and Broadway's got a brand new hit. USA Today calls it a dream come true. The Wall Street Journal declares this delightful new production is sure to send you home grinning. And Time Out New York cheers. Annie recharges Broadway like a copper-topped battery of hope. So why wait until tomorrow when you can get your tickets today? Annie, on Broadway at the Palace Theater. Visit Ticketmaster.com.
Wings News Time, 2:45 now. 10:10 Win Sports, sponsored by Bennett Auto Center. Here's Spencer Ross.
Okay, Sonia, how about those Scarlet Knights of Rutgers? They're still out in front of Cincinnati, 7-0. The game's in the fourth quarter, about 5 minutes gone by. If Rutgers wins this and you beat Pitt next Saturday, what ifs here, and then beat Louisville on Thanksgiving night, the Scarlet Knights most probably headed to the Orange Bowl. Quite a feat for this team. Now 8-1 on the season. Florida State, by the way, the team who would be their most likely opponent, is clobbering Maryland by a score of 41-7. Now that game's in the fourth quarter. The Alabama Crimson Tide 49-0 over Western Carolina, and a couple of tough ones going on. First of all, South Carolina is tied with Wofford at 7-all as they play the third quarter, and University of Georgia only ahead of Georgia Southern 10-7. That's late in the first half of play. Michigan 42, Iowa 10. That game also in the fourth quarter. Now, many years ago, when Charlie Finley, he was the guy who brought white shoes and multicolored uniforms to